Hello, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Danganronpa Despair Time. So this is most likely going to be the last episode for chapter 2. At least, I think there are 3 more episodes of the trial left, and then that's it. Though these last few episodes are a bit long. So we'll see. I'm gonna just kind of get a feel for if I want to keep it into one long video or split it into 2. I don't know yet. We'll see. But anyway, let's get started. At the end of the last episode, they kind of determined how Array was killed using the merry-go-round and the rope. Yeah, so we're gonna see how it goes. I really don't know who did it. I have no idea. I really hope it's not Charles. Please don't be Charles. I'm just begging at this point. Explain yourself, Nico. Huh?
It seems that
The way that I'm proposing Array was killed, it's exactly how you tried to kill Ace. Right? Through drop hanging.
Huh?
Oh? What's this about Nico's murder? All right. Nico certainly did attempt to murder someone. You want to talk about that now? Figures. I mean, I'd be the victim in this trial if I kicked the bucket then. Huh, that is true. So Nico did try to kill Ace at one point. So I don't know though. I don't know if that's how I don't know if he killed Array though. I wonder if someone saw how Nico tried to kill Ace and then used that to kill Array in order to pass the blame onto Nico. I feel like that's possible. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I just got a text message, a crazy text. I'm sorry. It made me laugh. One of those spam text messages from this woman looking for her life partner. I'm like, okay, lady, I am not it. Okay, anyway. I'm sorry. So it's possible it could be Nico. I don't think so. I think that I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's Nico. I don't think Nico's a good person. They did try to kill Ace. They did do that. So okay then, tell me. How did Nico try to kill you?
You bitch!
I don't know. I was unconscious. Also, I almost died. So leave me alone. Maybe that's why she didn't ask you.
Oh gosh.
Oh, Nico's attempted murder? That happened a few days ago, so it's hard to remember what happened or what the relevant evidence is. Well, that's mostly because you didn't investigate at all back then. I'll sum it up for you. At the scene of the crime, there was this wire, a broken fan, a broom, a step stool, and Ace's body. Wait a minute. This topic of conversation is... Let's switch gears for a bit and talk about Nico's attempted murder of Ace, as it's related to this case.
That doesn't sound right.
Who is, I don't know why she is so protective of Nico. I really don't get it.
Nico attacking Ace has something to do with this case? That's nonsense! Nico has an alibi with me, I'll remind you.
I'm not saying Nico performed the murder. I'm saying that Aray's killer and Nico may have used a similar murder method. That's why I need to interrogate Nico.
I know that you're the kind of person to prioritize evidence over people's feelings, but this is too much. Can't you see that you're bringing up painful memories? We shouldn't be discussing this at all. It's simply not relevant. Nico has nothing to do with this case.
Yes, they do.
You're trying to paint them as the villain just because they lost their temper at Ace once.
Huh?
That has absolutely nothing in common with this case.
there's quite a few similarities between Nico's attempted murder and this one. For instance, both used a much longer rope than was needed to simply strangle the victim. Don't you think that's noteworthy?
That means little. If Ray died of a stab wound, it would be wrong for me to say you did it. Isn't this the same?
No.
Besides, you proposed that Ray's killer must have used the carousel to wind the rope. But there's no such thing in the gym.
I'll cut through those words!
The fan? No, I don't know what they used.
Listen to me.
Nico could have hung the noose off the ceiling fan. If anything, the fact that the fan broke off suggests that the force of hanging Ace broke it, which might have been why Ace survived. Why can't... But I don't, like... Who is so quick to defend Nico but never lets Nico speak for themselves? Okay, I'm just saying. Oh, isn't that wire whose custom weapon? Indeed. I wonder who. What lie did Nico tell you to get you to give it up? Oh yeah, they were all given custom weapons. What?
Don't be naive.
Nico stole Turpentine from Rose under the guise of learning how to paint. They went out of their way to use wire, your wire, when rope is readily available in the storage room. Most likely, they intended to frame you for the crime. They probably did. Even if you keep saying that Nico is completely innocent, that claim doesn't quite hold up when you consider that they lied to and stole from multiple people to commit murder. And with clear intent to take advantage of your trust, no less. On top of that, if Nico was trying to pin the crime on who, then they weren't just trying to kill Ace. They fully intended to get away with their murder. And in this killing game, everyone knows such an action will eventually lead to everyone's execution.
You know...
Nico didn't just try to kill Ace on impulse. They planned to sacrifice everyone. You especially. Keeping all that in mind, you're being quite selfish. You do know that, right, Who? She's not wrong. I don't trust Nico.
It's my fault.
Did they even want to learn to paint? Or to be my friend at all? Or were they only using me as a tool for murder? They were using you.
How cruel.
That's so cruel! Nico, why? Aren't we all friends? If something was bothering you, you could have talked it out with someone else you trusted. See, it's when Eden says things like this that I'm like, she's the mastermind. She's so like, oh, I'm Peppy, I'm friendship. I'm sorry. I just can't help but be suspicious of her as being the mastermind. Someone I trust. What are you talking about? I don't trust anyone here.
What is wrong with you?
Stop. Just stop it. You're all too cruel. None of you understand how much stress Nico was under. And yet you continue to insist on bringing this up. Can't you see that you're traumatizing them? Don't worry, Nico. I'm on your side. I'll always defend you. I can be reliable for you. You trust me, right? Girl, baby girl, no. They're using you. I feel like also, Who is also projecting a little bit onto Nico as well. Like, I feel like by fiercely protecting Nico, she's like, I don't know. She's trying to make up for something. I don't know what she's doing. But Nico clearly doesn't care about her at all. Like, at all. And they would do it again. So, I feel bad for her. I never asked you to defend me.
You piss me off!
You two are a real joke. It would have been one thing if Nico gets away scot-free with trying to kill me. But now they apparently also have a freaking defense brigade to shield them from everything. from even having to think about the fact that they're a murderer. Who's gonna stick up for me, huh? No one. Because I have a spine and I don't need other people to lie to me constantly to keep me happy.
How dare you!
You're the cause of all of this, Ace.
Fuck you!
I'm the cause. Are you a billionaire? Because that's rich.
You completely lost it?
Get your damn head out of your ass, Who. Murder is murder, even if no one actually died. You are defending a murderer. End of. Ugh, rather than this ridiculous argument happening, why can't either Ace or Nico simply tell us what happened? It's not like explaining yourself will make us vote for you, since Array wasn't involved.
Asshole.
You have a lot of gall to slam my ass for not being helpful, when you're the one who made us all run around in circles, trying to figure out what Eden's note meant. Don't throw two birds and a stone in a glass house. What is he talking about? That's not how the saying, you know what, never mind. I told you, I was unconscious. They put some sort of cloth over my mouth, and then I woke up covered in blood. That must have been the Turpentine. My Turpentine. Figures. No doubt Nico would be able to kill me if I was still conscious. I could totally crush anyone who threatened me otherwise. It's enough.
No, it's okay.
It is clearly not okay! How can you let Ace talk to you like that?
Enough, Who. You are letting your sentimentality ruin yourself. The more you continue this nonsensical defense of Nico, the worse you are making it for them. Nico's alibi is dependent on you alone. If you start acting logically, then we have no choice but to conclude that you no longer can be relied on to confirm their alibi. In which case, we will have to go back to suspecting Nico as Aray's murderer.
Listen to me.
Nico, your failed murder attempt is the key to solving Aray's murder. Please, cooperate with me and tell me exactly what you did that night. I was going to! It's just hard to talk about it. I'm sorry. I guess if you say what you think happened, then I can at least tell you if you're on the right track. You stole Turpentine from Rose and used it to knock Ace unconscious. That's right. Act 0. Oh, interesting. They're doing it like it's a case.
You tied a wire to Ace's neck, strung it over one of the ceiling grates, and then taped it to the ceiling fan using a step stool. And then... how would that have worked?
I used the broom. And, like a spool.
Ah, I think I understand.
Oh.
In order to lift Ace into the air, you turned on the fan and held up the handle end of the broom so that the fan would wrap the wire around the broom. When Ace was high enough, you yanked the broom out, releasing all the wire and causing Ace to fall. At least that was the plan. But seeing that the fan broke off, clearly it didn't work exactly like that.
Actually, Ace had woken up and was struggling, and that's why the fan broke off. I didn't really know what to do. But I think he hit his head again when he fell, because he was unconscious again. And then you know.
You didn't want to give up on your murder attempt just yet. So you tried to garrote him with the wire, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
At that point, Eden and I showed up, and you had to give up completely on killing Ace. In the end, there were many pitfalls with that method of murder, and it failed to kill Ace. All you managed to do was to break the fan, make a mess of the gym, and give Ace some mild injuries.
Mild my ass. I'm gonna have this scar for the rest of my life.
Asshole!
That's how you tried to kill me? It really pisses me off that you can calmly explain how you tried to murder me, and you aren't even gonna face any consequences for it. It is kind of annoying. Listen, I don't really blame Ace for being angry. If it were me, I'd be angry too. I want to vote you as the Blackened right now for no reason other than you deserve it. Okay, that's a little rash. Because then if it's not, I don't think it's them who did it. So if it's not them, then you're gonna get yourself killed. So that's a little rash there, Ace. Just when I try to defend you.
How interesting.
What an interesting murder plan. Given the amount of planning it must have involved, Nico surely was planning to kill Ace for quite some time. Man, I always do that voice for a character and it always kills my throat. Now that we've all thoroughly picked apart your blackened crime, do you have anything to say, Nico? Do you? Say something, you absolute scum of the earth. It's your fault that I have to go through all of this. I'm the goddamn victim here.
You piss me off!
So say something before I drag your corpse through the mud myself. You all are right. I tried to kill Ace and pin the murder on who? What else should I say? What else should I say? You tried to murder me. You tried to murder me. After all that's said and done, you can't even say something as simple as sorry? I tried to kill you because I don't like you. Even now, there's still no use to try and pretend that I like you. If I say sorry, you're still going to hate me. So what else should I say? Wow. Do you even regret what you did to him? Do you regret what you were planning to do to everyone else? Of course I regret doing it. I'm not Levi. Of course I feel bad about something like that. I'm not heartless. Heartless?
But...
That was the worst choice that I've ever made in my life. I wish I had never done it. But looking back, I still understand why I did. I just can't stand being treated like that. My teachers, my classmates, my father. I don't ever want to relive what they did to me. It's because of those kinds of people that I can't be happy with who I am. That's why I hate Ace. Even so, I'm not a child. I know that murder is wrong. I'm not the victim here. I know that it was dumb to resort to murder. I don't even know what I thought I would have accomplished back then. I mean, I started regretting it as soon as Eden and Teruko saw me. I don't expect you to forgive me. Very few people ever do. So I don't see the point in acting sorry. That's the entire truth of my murder attempt. I don't have anything else to say. Nico, I don't know what to feel anymore. Ah, I see. Now that we've finally cleared up all the details regarding Nico's murder, I think I understand how to solve this trial. The method Nico used to murder, not their motive, is what's useful. More specifically, Nico's choice to try and hang Ace off the gym ceiling fan is especially important. What does that have to do with this case? I know what it has to do with it. Because in the gym, I don't think the gym wasn't 2 stories high. The playground was 2 stories high, and it would guarantee a success. That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure that's it. Right? It has to be. What does it have to do with this case? Everything. This case has an incredible similarity to Nico's murder. But still, couldn't that be coincidence?
You're wrong.
Coincidence? Hardly. Array's murderer didn't just happen to get the same idea as Nico for a murder method. But rather, they specifically intended for this murder case to be similar to Nico's murder. And there's one piece of evidence that proves this connection beyond a shadow of doubt.
This case is similar to Nico's murder? How?
Both of them involve drop hanging?
And hanging ropes off the ceiling.
That doesn't prove that Are's murderer actively based their murder off of Nico's. You're simply pointing out perceived similarities between the murders, but there is no actual evidence that directly connects them.
No, that's wrong! I see.
I'm not just speculating. One of the tools of the murder was taken directly from the crime scene of Nico's murder and used to kill Are. Yep. That is this tape. I finally figured out what this tape is after making the connection between this case and Nico's attempted murder. Why I've never seen this tape anywhere else and why it has such a uniquely rough texture.
The truth is,
It's special texturized tape used to wrap the pull-up bars in the gym to make them easier to grip.
Ah.
Right, that's what it is. I used it in the gym since it was there, but there's only one roll of it. I don't really know what happened to it afterwards. This tape was used by Nico to tape the rope to the fan. It was wrapped around the spinner to give it more friction. And it must have been used to bind Are's wrists as well, seeing as it ended up in the trash bin. That time Rose and I went to the gym together, the day after Nico's attempted murder.
I mean,
I really did. It's because the bar is all slippery today that I can't. Oh, she was talking about doing a pull-up. That sounds like an excuse. No, really. Today I can't find the grippy tape that you're supposed to put on the bar. That's why I can't do it. Definitely an excuse. I swear it was here yesterday. I absolutely guarantee it was here yesterday.
stop complaining.
100% an excuse. I should have believed Rose when she was trying to do pull-ups and failing. The reason she had such trouble was really because the tape had gone missing since last night. It must have been, since Nico used that tape last night, and it wasn't there the next day. But didn't MonoTV clean up the gym? Very well. MonoTV, can you comment? There was a single roll of tape in the gym that had gone missing since Nico's murder attempt. Did you do anything about it? I cleaned up after Nico's murder because that's my job. To the best of my ability, I attempted to restore the gym to its original condition.
What a shame.
But ever since I ordered 100 tons of concrete blocks from Amazon, I have been blacklisted from all online order companies. So things that are broken or lost may take longer time to replace. Oh my gosh. For instance, I haven't yet replaced the broken gym fan or the gym's pull-up tape. Since you were familiar with that distinctive kind of tape, why didn't you recognize it earlier, Rose? Wait, what? I'm sorry. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Could it have been Rose? Wait. I didn't even... What? It could have been, right? Because, yeah, she should have recognized it. And she didn't. Oh my god. I don't know. These days I've been out of it, I think. You've been real spaced out lately. Even more than usual, and that's saying a lot. You feeling okay?
Wow.
Let me see if I'm understanding the story correctly. You failed to recognize an extremely important piece of evidence that would have saved us from slogging through this whole long-ass trial, all because you feel out of it? That's a gross oversight. Perhaps worse than Teruko's fish misunderstanding. That's awfully rich coming from the person who intentionally misled this trial. And that's awfully rich coming from the person who is the very reason that the killer was able to kill Array. If you hadn't freaked out about your non-existent sister, I read it as non-existent, but I don't know if it's supposed to, I don't know. Array wouldn't have gotten herself killed. Oof. Jeez.
Pathetic.
Does your ad hominem argument invalidate my point? Rose's inattentiveness is no longer some funny quirk. It's a liability. Just because I'm uninterested in passing this trial doesn't mean that I can't point out an oversight if I see one. Has it really gotten this bad? I think my brain is falling apart. I can't even recall what day it was when that happened. I can't tell if she's like legit, like this is how she is. She genuinely can't remember, or if she's just making an excuse. I can't tell. Or if she's like playing dumb, you know? You can't remember. I was under the impression that your memory was the best out of everyone here.
It's true that I remember everything I see. But that means that most of my memories are meaningless junk. The kind of thing a normal person would forget without a second thought. But I can't forget. My brain won't work the way I want it to. I can't draw associations so easily. Everything reminds me of something meaningless, and I get distracted. And the worst thing is that I remember it all in perfect detail. Xander's body, Min's execution. I can't even look at Teruko without seeing blood. I know I'm supposed to remember everything. I know I'm supposed to be smart. I know I'm supposed to be helpful. Yet I'm not. I'm sorry for being useless. Maybe if I tried harder, if I just got over myself.
Rose.
Don't blame yourself anymore. You are helpful. It's because of you that I can solve this murder. Besides, I'm as much to blame as you. Maybe more, even. If only I listened to you when you said the tape was missing, then maybe I would have realized the truth of this case much earlier. Once again, I've made a stupid mistake. I simply wanted to believe that I could make it through this killing game without relying on anyone else. That I could be dismissive of everyone around me without consequences. So I refused to listen to anyone other than myself. I thought that if I did that, then I could avoid a repeat of the last trial, where I had made the mistake of trusting people too much. But now I'm making different mistakes instead. Again and again, I keep messing up this class trial with hasty assumptions and overlooked evidence. So...
Thank you, Rose. Because you identified that tape for me, I realized that it's an important piece of evidence that tells me exactly who the murderer could be.
Who? Really?
If MonoTV was telling the truth that no one was able to access the gym between the time that Ace ran out and when Rose and I went in again, that means that there are only two people who could have killed Are.
Huh? What?
It's you two, isn't it?
What? Sorry, I went to go select because I forgot I wasn't actually playing a game. Like, genuinely, this is so good. I thought I was playing the game. I'm like, okay, now I have to select people? Who is it? But It selected it for me. Of course it did. But that just goes to show that this is like, it's so good. I forgot it was a video. I thought I was playing a game. So it was either Ace or Eden. I was wondering if it could have been Eden the whole time. I don't know, like just especially when it had such similarities to Nico's murder, and it was Teruko and Eden who had walked in and saw what happened. What? Suddenly narrowing down our suspect pool to only 2 suspects is quite the drastic move. What's your reasoning, Teruko?
The truth is,
that tape was used in Nico's murder, and it was missing afterwards when Rose and I went in the gym again, which was the first time MonoTV allowed anyone to enter following that murder. In other words, someone must have taken it directly from the crime scene in order to use it for the murder. But like, I feel like it wouldn't have been Ace, only because he was so focused on being angry, and he just ran out, right? It could have been Eden though. She's sneaky. I don't trust her and her friendship. Because this tape was used in this case, and because it could have only been taken from the crime scene Nico left, that means that Aray's murderer must have been present at the scene of Nico's murder. Doesn't. The only people who were there before MonoTV closed the gym were me, Nico, Ace, and Eden. It isn't Nico because they have an alibi for the time of the murder.
So what?
And why exactly can't it be you, you hypocrite? Because out of all the suspects, I'm the least suspicious. What?
stop complaining.
Unlike you, I have been actively contributing to this trial the entire time. It would be illogical for me to have done so if I was the killer. Still, If I were the Blackened, it would have been incredibly easy to go along with David's claim that he murdered Are. Agreeing with David wouldn't have even put suspicion on me, seeing as most others were genuinely convinced by him.
Seriously?
How stupid would I be not to take such an easy out? So, what if you're only pretending to be helpful? That's quite a complicated plan. First, you pretend to be reliable by disproving David. Then, point out that I am indeed a suspect, but hope that you all would think that if I really am the killer, then it would be illogical for me to have disproved David being the killer, even though that would have given me an easy way to win the class trial.
Listen to me.
Such a scheme requires everyone to think carefully about the kinds of actions a would-be killer would reasonably perform, and to draw conclusions based on the principle that people act logically. But to be frank, most of you are incapable of doing that. Need I remind you that you all were quite convinced that I was Xander's killer for a good portion of the previous trial?
Of course.
You all are easily emotionally swayed, irrational, and you need to be led by the hand in order to reach a proper conclusion. A manipulative scheme requiring so much subtlety would be wasted on you all. Basically, if you don't understand my reasoning, I'm not the killer because I think you all are too stupid.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah, jeez. That leaves Ace and Eden as Array's possible killers. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Why would I kill Array? Because I thought Nico was so cool and wanted to imitate them by doing a murder of my own?
Fuck you!
As if I would ever do that. No way! I'm not the killer either! You and Ace are the only two people who could have taken the tape that was used in Array's murder. But I wouldn't have...
Don't say that!
Hang on. Eden isn't the killer. Don't accuse her.
Great.
Not this again. You can't keep blindingly defending the people you hope to be innocent if you don't have evidence. Who? I do have evidence. Why are you writing me off? All because Rule 10. The body discovery announcement will play when 3 or more people who did not witness the murder discover the body. This rule specifically mentions that the body must be seen by 3 people who did not witness the murder. In other words, 3 innocent people. If I remember correctly, the body discovery announcement was set off by Teruko, Wit, and Eden. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I did discover the body. Well then, I suppose you do have a point. Because Eden was one of the 3 who triggered the announcement, she must not have witnessed the murder.
I see.
That's correct. I suppose that would make Eden innocent. Yeah. In that case, our only remaining suspect would be... Wait, so I'm the murderer now? You're all moving way too fast. Hang on. Ugh, it pains me to have to come to Ace's defense of all people, but no matter. Teruko, Eden, Wit. Did you all discover Array's body at the same time? What are you getting at? Answer the damn question. Did or did you not all happen upon the corpse simultaneously? Describe in detail what happened when the 3 of you set off the body discovery announcement. Were they together? I don't remember.
Well...
Let's see. When everyone started looking for Array, Teruko grabbed me and Eden and took us to the 2nd floor. Teruko specifically said she wanted to form a party of 3 in order to trigger the body discovery announcement. We searched through every room together. When we went into the playground last, we all saw Array's body simultaneously. Immediately afterwards, the announcement played. But it's possible, isn't it? Wouldn't it be possible that there was one who could have witnessed it first and just didn't say anything? That could have went up to the 2nd floor also and just saw it and didn't say anything? That's possible, right? So then the other 2 could have been Wit and Teruko. So yeah, we all did see the body at the same time. Why? Oh my. Oh my. That is an issue. Why is that an issue? I love it. I love it.
Because I'm actually the first person to see the body.
I knew it. I knew it. Somebody else, he saw it and just didn't say anything. He saw it and didn't tell anybody. He was like, ooh, juicy drama. Huh? What does that mean?
Exactly what I said. I saw Are's body first. We've confirmed that I'm not the culprit. So, since I was the first person to see the body, then only 2 more innocent people would have had to see it to set off the body discovery announcement.
Wit and Teruko.
Everyone's making the assumption that the 3 people who triggered the announcement were Teruko, Wit, and Eden. But there's also the possibility that it was me, Teruko, and Wit.
That is possible.
Because those 3 all saw the body at the same time, they cannot determine that each person individually isn't the culprit. Only that their group holds at least 1 innocent person. In other words, this does not prove Eden's innocence.
What? David, I'm really sorry, but do you really expect everyone to believe such an obvious lie?
He's lying? Really? Why are you even considering it at all? His story doesn't make any sense. Array died really recently, and David has an alibi from before her time of death up until the motive reveal. But it is possible. I believe him. I don't know.
That doesn't prove anything.
So the only time David could have seen the body before Teruko, Wit, and Eden is in that really short time span where we were all looking for Array. But it is possible because they specifically said they went to the playground last. So they went to the other rooms on the 2nd floor first before they went there. David could have went up and went to the playground first, and then was like backed out and noped on out of there. Okay, it's very possible. For David's story to make sense, he would have had to gone to the second floor immediately after the motive reveal, seen Ray's body, and then have done nothing about it. That makes sense. And the whole time, he just conveniently avoided Teruko, Wit, and Eden on the same floor. It doesn't bring David any benefit to do something like that. And it's just a bother instead.
There's no way David would have done something that weird, so he's lying.
Yep, that's exactly what I did.
He is weird.
Huh?
When we split up to search for RA, I was alone. That means that no one can verify my actions at the time. Oh, on the other hand, no one can verify that I didn't do what Nico just described.
David? You're so full of shit! That's such an obvious lie! You could have mentioned that you saw the body first way earlier in the trial, but you only mention this now because you made it up! I'm starting to detect a trend of you coming up with lies on the spot just to fuck things up. How do you expect anyone to believe you, especially after all the shit you've been pulling this entire trial?
Oh, you misunderstand my intentions. I'm not trying to make you believe me. I'm not trying to make any of you believe me.
Then why the hell are you doing this?
The only person who I need to believe me is Teruko.
Ooh. I do believe him.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, believe might be too strong of a word. You're right. My story sounds like a complete fucking lie. Teruko is the biggest skeptic out of all of us. If Jay and Nico don't believe it, then there's no way she would. But what's definitely not a lie is the possibility that someone saw the body before Eden did. Most people don't have an alibi in the morning. Anyone could have somehow seen RA's body before Teruko. As to why that person would withhold that information from the trial, it's anyone's guess. But it should be exceedingly clear by now that everyone's rationales are anything but straightforward, if the secret motives mean anything. It is very possible that Eden setting off the body discovery announcement does not prove her innocence. Thus, we must continue to suspect her as a murderer. You see, all I want is for Teruko to distrust others. That's why I'm doing this, telling such obvious lies. There is no other proof of Eden's innocence. As long as there's a possibility that the evidence is false, as long as there's even the slightest reason to distrust others, then Teruko cannot trust Eden. Isn't that right, Teruko? It's in your nature to distrust people. Everyone you know has already betrayed you. There's no one in this world who won't hurt you. Even the people you love will turn their backs on you in the end. You know that well enough, don't you? So distrust in others, because that's the only way you know how to live.
She doesn't trust anybody ever. She hasn't this whole time. Eden, this conversation mostly concerns you, but you've been silent this whole time. What do you have to say for yourself?
That
can't be true!
there's no way I could be the killer!
Think about it.
As we have reason to doubt that triggering the body discovery announcement exonerates you, can you provide any other evidence to prove that you couldn't have killed Ray?
Hey.
Whoa, hang on. We don't have to jump to accuse Eden so fast. There has to be some proof of her innocence, right? Then tell me, what concrete piece of evidence shows that she cannot be the blackened? What about... I can't think of anything. Sorry. Looks like you're on your own, Eden.
I...
Of course there's no proof of her innocence, because she probably did it. So don't point fingers at
Is
me.
it possible that...
Now that I think about it, Eden is in a good position to be Ray's killer after all.
Wait, what? In a good position?
Allow
What does
me
that
to elaborate.
mean?
Ray was lured out to her death with a note. From that, we decided that the killer must have been someone who overheard the conversation between Arturo, Eden, and Ray. However, we still have several unresolved issues. Who could they be that neither Arturo, Eden, nor Array noticed their presence. And why would they eavesdrop on that conversation at all? Which is kind of true. Makes sense. A simpler explanation would simply be that the killer is Eden herself. There's no need for Eden to overhear a conversation she was a part of. Likewise, that note addressed to Array would not have to be faked either. Eden simply wrote it herself.
Wait, but that doesn't make any sense. I mean, if I wrote that note after all, then why would I help piece it back together so that everyone in the trial could read it?
I'm not actually sure about that. But the fact remains that it would still be very convenient for you to be Array's killer.
No. Why? Levi,
Now that
why?
you mention it,
Given my own involvement in this murder case, it would probably be inappropriate of me to add my own interpretation. But I'll say what I'm thinking anyway. Sensitive jackass. From personal experience and from everything else I've learned in this trial thus far, I know that Eden has been very closely involved with Array. That certainly places more suspicion on Eden. After all, Ace has nothing to do with Array.
you bitch!
Exactly! I can't even remember the last time I had a conversation with that blue-haired girl.
No. Why? No one believes in me. Why?
Array's killer? No way! Eden, please, don't cry.
This whole time I've been trying to hold myself together because Array died. I wanted so badly for this all to be a dream and for Array to be alive and by my side. And now, you all think I killed her. Why? I care about her. Array is... She could have been my friend. Why would I kill her?
Eden, please calm down.
Why am I being accused of murdering Array? I wanted to help her. I just wanted to be friends with her. Why would you say that I killed her? Is it because you think I hated her? That's not true. I didn't hate her.
Eden,
Teruko, I didn't kill Array. Do you believe me?
listen.
I didn't do it. Please, believe me. This whole trial has been cruel to me. Help me, Teruko. I can't stand it. I just wanted to help Array. I didn't kill her.
You know I can't just take your words at face value, Eden.
Please, Teruko. You're my friend, aren't you? Friends help each other. So please help me. I promise I didn't kill her. I'm innocent. Please trust me. Please.
Oof.
Eden.
Oof.
Eden, pick up your head. Look at me. At this point in the trial, since I've narrowed Array's killer down to just 2 suspects, I'm going to pursue each suspect individually under the assumption that they're the killer. That way, I can see if any evidence matches up to them only. In other words, I'm going to choose my primary suspect right now. Even if that preliminary guess is wrong, I can always go back and attack the other suspect. So for now, I'm going to assume you're innocent.
What?
What? Really?
What?
Thank you so much, Teruko.
She's going after Ace. Surprised.
Don't get me wrong. This isn't out of kindness or pity or anything else. This is only because you helped me in the last trial. I'm repaying your favor and nothing else. That's why I'll trust you. Just this once.
That's silly. I don't know. I don't know.
Teruko.
She's gonna go after Ace.
let go of me.
So then, Ace, you're my primary murder suspect. Let's chat. Are you kidding me? Ooh, it's so good. Okay, I'm gonna go right on to the next episode. All right, and we are back at it. We are up to episode 15. There's only one more after this, so I think like this is gonna be the conclusion to the trial. At least I hope so. So Teruko is going after Ace, which is crazy, but we're gonna see what happens. I would have gone after Eden. That's just me though. This is a longer episode. All right. Ace, you're my primary murder suspect. Let's have a chat. Are you kidding me?
You bitch!
No, seriously, screw you. You're seriously gonna call me the murderer all because Eden said so? That's so insane, I don't even know where to start.
Even so,
This is the choice that I've made. Whether it was right remains to be seen. But for now, I'll trust in my own judgment, regardless of whether you like it.
Wait a minute.
Wait, hold on. I'm not saying that Eden did it, but are you sure that the killer is Ace? This whole trial, we've been asking who eavesdropped on Arturo, Array, and Eden so well that no one realized they were being spied on. And you're saying that the answer to that question is a guy who has never heard of the term indoor voice?
No, it must have been Ace. The more I think about it, the more I'm sure.
That must be it.
It was him! He was the one stalking me!
Huh?
Huh? Could it be that one time... What?
Who was there? I know you've been following me.
What? No, I'm not. What are you talking about?
Oh, it's just you, Teruko. What are you doing here? I always had the feeling that someone was following me around. It must have been you. You heard Array and I talking.
To be honest, I always thought it was weird that Ace, of all people, managed to eavesdrop on David and Array's conversation without being discovered. Oh, it is true that he did successfully eavesdrop on David and Array. It is true. Listen, Ace, I don't want to suspect you. I really don't. I don't want it to be you.
Think about
But is it? But if what Eden says is true, then I guess it would be consistent with Ace's apparent ability to sneak around.
I see.
Could it be that he was originally planning to kill Eden, but switched targets when he saw that Array had a weakness that he could exploit?
Fuck you!
Screw you. That was not me, and you have no way of proving it. Even if you deny that, Ace, for someone who claims to be innocent, you still always seem to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. There's a very narrow window in which the fish found at the crime scene could have been taken, which is last evening. Any earlier, and Nico would have noticed the missing fish. Any later, and the relaxation room would have been closed. And you yourself confirmed that you were in the area at the time. Oh, that is true. He did by saying that he was able to eavesdrop on Array and David. He frankly admitted that he was over there last night, the night before, and he was there. So he did admit that. After all, earlier in this trial, you made a big show of revealing that you were listening in on Array and David's conversation last evening. Once they left, you were free to take the fish. So, Nico also could have taken it, or lied about not seeing any missing fish.
And isn't that why you took the fish at all? To frame Nico?
No, not true.
Yes, true.
Shut up!
I'm not playing this coy game with you.
Wait a minute.
Something's off about that. You're saying that Ace killed Array in a way that specifically resembles Nico's murder. But the only chance Ace had to take the tape was while he was being murdered. Would he have known the details of how to do it? He was unconscious the whole time. Nico said that he woke up at one point and was and was fighting it, and that's when the ceiling fan broke. But he fell and hit his head and was unconscious again. Unless he was pretending to be unconscious, how would he know the details of how Nico tried to kill him? Am I wrong? I don't know though. I don't know. I have no idea. That means that Ace figured out Nico's murder method and thought of a way to imitate it right after he was nearly killed. I just don't think that's realistic.
That's true.
Indeed. He clearly was not in the right state of mind at the time. Besides, he was injured.
He did run off really quickly after regaining consciousness.
Yeah, so even less reason he would have figured out a way to murder Array with the tape then.
I disagree.
That's not necessarily true. Ace didn't need to figure out Nico's murder method in a few seconds. He had a whole day. After all, why were you in the gym the day after you almost got murdered, Ace? I'd like to think most people don't want to go back to the scene of their almost death so eagerly. Oh, that is also true. Unless, of course, you needed to return to the scene of the crime to work out how it was done. Then you're saying that Ace only determined his method of murder a full day after he took the tape. That doesn't make sense. Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. There's no reason for me to take the tape unless I had thought of this plan to kill Array within a few seconds, and that's impossible.
It's not impossible. Unfortunately, I can't prove what you were truly thinking at the time with evidence. Nor can I prove that. No one can prove that but yourself. But I can easily conjecture at least 3 reasonable explanations for why it would be possible, off the top of my head. 1. Given that you were stalking Eden before the Nico incident, you were already planning a murder beforehand. You entered the gym with the pre-existing intent to take the tape for some different, unspecified murder plan, and changed your mind on the details later. 2. You were pretending to be unconscious for longer than we thought. And 3. You took the tape for first aid. That is ridiculous. Who uses non-medical tape for first aid? It's sickening. It's not that weird. I do it all the time.
Ugly.
It's sickening. Well then, there's 3 reasons to disprove the claim that you couldn't have done the murder. Are you satisfied with that, Ace?
That's just a load of crap.
Screw you. None of that is real evidence. Don't go saying the lack of evidence to disprove me is being the killer somehow proves that I am the killer. What is this, some sort of devil's pubes?
Oy. It's not called... Try not to laugh. What? Try not to laugh.
Dumb bitch. Stupid are you? Were you convinced by Eden because she had a little sob story ready? Should I start crying and wailing too to change your mind? Teruko, know everyone here. You're always attacking me for stupid reasons. Everyone always has it out for me.
You piss me off.
Pisses me off. All of you piss me off.
You're wrong.
No. The more I discuss this, the more I realize that you are more suspicious than Eden. It is true that Ace seems like more of a murderer than her. Based on his personality alone, I'd certainly suspect him over Eden. Sorry, I need water. Doing Ace's voice kills my throat. Why do I keep doing this to myself? I always give one character that voice and it always hurts me. And judging from the fact that he's being suspected, he's going to have a lot more to say.
I wonder if you have more concrete evidence that implicates him, though. Did you even hear yourself right now? I'm a murderer because of my personality? You sons of bitches all care about concrete evidence until it comes to me, apparently.
Show me your neck scars.
What?
That time Eden and I found your body. Oh! It was on his hand. I remember there being scratches on your neck and blood on your hands. You scratched yourself hard, didn't you? You must have woken up while you were being strangled and instinctively clawed at your neck. Even though Nico, Eden, and I all saw your scars too, we all ended up disregarding such a small detail after a day had passed. But you probably never forgot, even if everyone else did. After all, you have to live with your scars every day. Even if you've been pretending that you're fine, it still hurts, right?
Listen to me.
Because of that, you of all people would know best to tape up Aray's hands so that she wouldn't be able to do the same thing. Oh! Wait, so the reason she was her hands were taped was because so she wouldn't start trying to fight it and claw at her neck. Oh my god, wait, no, that makes sense. Oh no, Ace, what did you do? No. Ace. Why was it you? That's why Aray's wrists were bound. Because you didn't want her to wake up mid-murder to claw at her neck.
You fucking idiot!
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You think that I'm the only one here capable of thinking about tying up her wrists? I thought I was supposed to be the stupidest one here. But what's the deal with that?
Take off your bandages and show everyone your neck injury.
You know...
You have a way to easily prove everyone wrong. But if you refuse to show us your scars, then we'll take it as a sign that Teruko's right about you having scratched your neck. What's wrong, Ace? You seem stressed. They're only wounds. What's the issue? Could it be that almost being murdered has traumatized you a little bit?
Asshole!
You think? You think that almost being killed would have maybe given me a little trauma?
I'm sorry.
Even so, for the sake of this trial, can't you try and be a little more useful? No, it's fine. It's not a very fair line of logic, so forget it. You were almost murdered, after all. I should have understood that. Not to mention, this line of reasoning is the dumbest thing I've heard all trial. I could have theoretically taken the fish and the tape, so that means I'm the killer? Because I scratched my neck, it means that only I could have tied Aray's hands together? Are you even hearing yourself? No, you're right. I guess that's not really solid evidence. And look, I can still contribute evidence to the trial too.
Oh, really?
Wow, Ace is actually being helpful. Clear out your ears and listen to me. If you're going to base this entire witch hunt after me on the fact that this case looks like Nico's murder or something, why don't you actually use your dusty-ass brains to think about it? Unlike Nico, I'm not a lying snake who pretends to be friendly to steal shit from other people. There's no way I could have accessed Turpentine or whatever to knock Aray out, like they knocked me out.
He's right. Only Nico took it from me, and I really doubt they gave it to Ace afterwards.
Stop that!
You're always attacking Nico like this. It's the truth, though. And Rose is right. I kept it. I still have the turpentine in my room. I'm sorry.
Do we even know that Aray was knocked unconscious at some point?
Idiot.
Obviously. If you put the noose on her and then run to the spinner to start hoisting her up, she has ample time to get out of the noose. Idiot.
Cut that out.
Don't insult me with your sarcasm, you lowlife. We've already established that her hands were taped.
Then it would be a lot easier to tape the wrists of an unconscious person than to wrangle her into it.
Idiot. How unfortunate that you brought that up as if it proves your innocence, Ace. Because the answer to that is something that only makes sense of you, and not Eden, Aray's murderer. You are a jockey, and that's a fact.
Think about it.
Not just any regular jockey, but one of the nation's top performing ones. And that means that you should have an unusual amount of strength. Much more than Eden, Aray, or Nico.
Really? Didn't Xander crush him in arm wrestling?
An arm wrestling contest is a poor indicator of overall fitness. Not to mention, even if Ace was weaker than Xander, I fail to see what that has to do with the comparative strength between Ace and Eden. Oh, because they would have had to push the merry-go-round and push it around and around. And not only would it be just the merry-go-round itself, but it would be carrying RA's weight as well. So, I don't know. Obviously, if it was anything other than an arm wrestling contest, I would have crushed Xander.
What the fuck?
Wait, that's not the damn point. Why does that make me the killer?
Use your brain.
Can you use your brain and draw some conclusions? Although I suppose the fact that you're being accused of murder de-incentivizes you. Having basic sense. I don't know, I remember what he said. I'm saying you could have simply strangled Array unconscious. Would that have really worked? Possibly. If Ace really did lure Array out there with the note, then he also had the advantage of knowing when and where she would be showing up. He'd have the element of surprise on his side as well.
How terrible!
If Ace could have done that, it sounds horrible to say, but couldn't he simply have choked her to death with his own hand? Not if he wanted to accuse someone else. Nope, you said it yourself, it's horrible. Full offense, but I kinda doubt Ace, of all people, has the stomach to kill someone with his bare hands. Especially seeing as he's just a little bit sensitive about his own neck right now.
Shut up!
You complete jerk, you know that.
You're delusional.
How many times have I told you to take a good hard look at yourself first, before you call others unlikable? The call is coming from the inside of the house.
Stop talking.
Speculations on Ace's psychological state cannot be used as concrete evidence in this trial. Big talk coming from you. Wit's little testimony about your psychological state was the only thing that saved your ass last trial. Your input is unnecessary. In any case, what's more important is the fact that the murder had to be carried out in a very specific manner, because Ace was trying to imitate Nico's murder. To try to frame Nico, because he wants to kill Nico. The reason that Ace had to use a drop hanging mechanism rather than strangle Array with his hands is so that it would look like the very same mechanism Nico used.
It seems that...
A long rope, drop hanging, a mechanism to wind up the rope. Perhaps some could be led to believe that Nico attempted the same murder method a second time, with several improvements made in light of its initial failure. But I wouldn't try the same thing twice. Well, only those who are unintelligent could fall for something like that. But Ace is nothing if not unintelligent, so it would be fair for him to think this is a good murder plan. In any case, if there were signs of bare-handed strangulation, that would most certainly point to athletic people like Ace. That is the reason Ace had to hang Array to scapegoat Nico and redirect blame from himself.
I agree.
Charles is right. The reason Array was killed in this manner was to pin the blame on Nico. From the very start, Ace has been insistent that Nico was the murderer. So? Of course I suspect them. They tried to kill me, goddammit! Why wouldn't I accuse them? It didn't initially strike me as odd that Ace keeps jumping to blame Nico. I mean, it's not that surprising.
Look at this.
He was almost killed, and even though he survived, he's still injured. That sounds like an awful experience. Most people would sport a heavy grudge against Nico for that.
Even so.
But in hindsight, Ace has been abnormally insistent about Nico's guilt, even by his standards. Almost as if he had planned this entire murder to pin the blame on Nico.
But...
Wait, but why was Array hanging from the swing set when we found her? I wasn't... That doesn't resemble your murder scheme in the slightest, right? There's really only one reason to set Array's body like that, and that's to try to pass it off the murder as suicide. Pinning the murder on you was Plan B, most likely. But in this case, Plan B was also the main plan.
The truth is...
Ace probably understood that even if he tried to pass the murder off as a suicide, most people would quickly realize Array must have been murdered anyway, due to the rules of this killing game. Still, it was worth a shot. Array died from a neck injury, and she was in the news to begin with. You might as well. It's not like you're particularly good at going out of your way to do so, nor would you have anything to lose. So if I'm understanding this right, Ace choked Array unconscious because he didn't have any other method of knocking her unconscious. But he ended up killing her using a hanging to pin the blame on Nico. Correct. And to reiterate, very few people are capable of choking someone to the point of unconsciousness. That points the blame to Ace.
Wait, but is Ace even capable of doing a feat of strength like that? He's injured after all.
Why am I putting up with you?
Why are you coming to Ace's defense? If we aren't suspecting him, we would be suspecting you. You know that, don't you?
I forgot about that. But still, it doesn't seem right. I saw it for myself. He was bleeding heavily from his neck when we found him, and he's still in bandages even now. With such a horrible injury like that, there's no way Ace could have exerted himself.
Not really. It was a superficial neck wound. Superficial? That's nonsense. I have not been in this pain for this long for you to call it superficial.
You're wrong.
But you're still talking, aren't you? You had no issue talking even right after you woke up. When it comes to neck wounds, if you're still able to talk freely, then it means that the neck wound isn't serious. It signals that nothing important or internal was damaged. Admittedly, that was only a rule of thumb, not a hard rule, but Ace has been moving around fine this whole time anyway.
How cruel. Even though his neck is bandaged now, it did look like it hurt a lot back when we found him.
Listen to me.
I'm not trying to downplay his injury. After all, he lost so much blood in such a violent way. I didn't mean to say it's not painful, because I'm sure it is. Nor am I saying that there wouldn't be any lasting impacts from a wound like that. But it shouldn't really impact his movement, as long as he has a tolerance to pain. All the physical movement required to carry out this murder may hurt, true, but it's not impossible for him to do.
I'm confused.
But even if he didn't have the neck wound, isn't Ace kinda weak? Xander crushed him in arm wrestling. Also, he's kinda small and he doesn't eat a lot. He's, I don't think he could have even hoisted Array up with the spinner.
Seconded. He's a scrawny little guy. Strength aside, I have another issue with the idea that Ace could have killed Array.
Isn't Ace too stupid?
Oh my god. That's so funny. Oh, isn't he too dumb to think of this plan?
The way we've described this murder so far, it involves a lot of careful planning, foresight, and subtlety. Not only is Ace sort of stupid, but he's also super impulsive and loud. I don't really buy that he could have planned something so complicated.
Are you seriously? You all actually think I'm too goddamn stupid to accomplish anything? Do you really think I'm 2 seconds away from choking on my own spit and passing out?
Oh, that hit a nerve, didn't it?
This is not good. She made him angry with that. So now what if he goes back and he just admits it? Like, I'm not too stupid. I did do it. You know?
Of course I did! I don't think I'm a genius. But even then, I'm not a fucking monkey.
Do you deny being weak?
Of course!
Do you deny being stupid?
Of course! Why wouldn't I?
So you admit you're capable of committing this murder?
Of course I...
That was stupid.
What?
You have a choice, Ace. Swallow your pride and say that you're too weak, too stupid, and too incompetent to perform this murder. Accept the fact that no one thinks highly of you. Or defend your dignity at the risk of admitting that you're perfectly capable of committing this murder and continue to be our #1 suspect.
Defend his dignity? Not like he had any in the first place. It's Ace we're talking about here.
This is what it all comes down to, huh? Why is this the choice I have to make here of all things? You want me to choose between my dignity and my life? Ha! I've been forced to make this choice constantly! This whole time I've been trapped in this godforsaken murder game! Stuck with a bunch of people who think I was born defective! David is an annoying bastard, and I hate his guts! But he's right! What dignity do I have at this point? Everyone thinks I'm a stupid weakling coward who isn't good for anything but screaming! So yeah, I agree with you all. I'm too fucking incompetent to pull off this murder. I'm a total goddamn idiot baby who can't tell his left from his right if it was written on my hands. Now go, suspect Eden of murder instead of me. At least you all respect her.
That's not... Ace, I'm sorry.
I disagree with Ace. Unfortunately for him, I'm going to choose to put faith in his intelligence and abilities. Everyone else, I expected better of you. At the very least, I was hoping you all would take even a slightly logical approach to this trial.
Stop talking.
Really? Ace is too stupid to commit murder? What a rash judgment based on nothing but intelligence-based something. Hey, aren't you the de facto intelligence-based biases guy? You already said Ace was super dumb like 3 times already. Plus, you call me stupid all the time. Yeah, but he calls you stupid out of love. What?
Shut up!
Okay, fine. I'm not above making rash judgment calls based on other people's intelligence. I admit it. It's just that when other people do it, it truly gets on my nerves. So I have an issue now with this line of logic. I'm the only person reasonable enough to make that sort of judgment call. Everyone else who does so is being biased to the point of idiocy. You're doing it again.
Get it!
My point stands. All these slights leveled at Ace's abilities are biases. Nothing more. There is no particular reason he shouldn't be able to commit this murder. Do you think he's too stupid to carry out this murder? How do you intend to rigorously prove his innocence with that logic? Will you have Ace sit through an IQ test and then quote a scientific study that states that people below a certain IQ threshold are incapable of planning murders? No such study exists. The only weak argument that can be measurably proven is the idea that he is too weak to carry out some of these physical feats. But even that is complete nonsense. Once again, he is an ultimate whose talent is of the athletic variety. It is practically in his nature to have impressive strength. Really, you all severely underestimate what being a jockey entails. Do you think that their job is to simply sit on a horse? If that's the case, then all horse races would simply be run by horses, carrying 100-pound bags of sand.
That's true.
Rawls is right. It really is no simple task to control a horse going over 40 miles per hour on a regular basis. It requires physical strength and endurance. Intense training 6 days a week is standard, and the physical tests that jockeys have to go through are grueling, to say the least. I am sure that even Ace doesn't give off the impression. He is someone who works very hard. Because of that, I can confidently say that Ace would probably be able to outperform most people here in quite a few physical benchmarks. Maybe not in every physical feat like arm wrestling. But the argument that he's weak doesn't make any sense at all.
Disappointing.
It's only because people are uneducated that they think jockeying could possibly be easy. A cunning doer of it, not what it's called. In any case, that is a significantly lengthy enough digression from me. I have debunked your claims. Ace is a Ray's killer. Do not refute me again on this matter unless you enjoy being incorrect.
What's your problem?
Ugh, I got your point several minutes ago, okay? You did not have to drag that on for so long just to say that I'm wrong.
I'm done here.
Then simply do not be wrong in the future. If, like Charles said, biases should be disregarded in this trial, then all we have left is evidence. And no matter how I look at it, All the evidence points to Ace. The tape, the resemblance to Nico's murder, erased strangulation.
What?
Strangulation thing is still nonsense. As if I'm the only person strong enough here to choke a Ray out. Why not single out Levi, since he's so strong and reliable? Or maybe, hell, I don't know. As if I know anything about how strong the rest of you jackasses are.
You fucking idiot!
But assuming that I'm the only person here strong enough to murder a Ray because I'm a jockey is idiotic. No, it isn't. Don't forget that we've narrowed down the killer to just between you and Eden. This is an extraordinary difference in strength between you, the professional athlete, and Eden. A difference far too large to be overlooked. We're not saying that only you out of everyone here could have done it because you're a jockey. We're simply saying that between you and Eden, you're much more likely to have done it. I expected everyone else to get on my ass, but for you of all people to think I'm the murderer. What happened to ever wanting to make things up? Huh? Besides, between you and me, we both know who's really a murderer.
Ace.
Whoa.
Shut up!
Shut up already. All nonsense. Everything you're saying is not true. Uh-oh.
There's no way I could have done any of the shit you're suggesting! Being a jockey doesn't make me some kind of god!
He's sorta right. If we assume Ace is RA's murderer, it explains a lot of things. But it doesn't explain everything.
Let's think about how he would have done the murder again, especially in the context of comparing it to Nico's murder.
There's a big difference between the two, though. Nico hung their wire off of the ceiling of the gym by standing on a stepladder. But the playground ceiling is much higher.
How the hell would I have gotten the rope up there? You're insane if you think I could have climbed up there too!
No, that's wrong!
You are right in stating that the playground ceiling is much too high to climb up.
Even so,
But you could have thrown it over the rafters by tying one end of the rope to a weight. Wait, what weight? This. What is that? Isn't that their old clothes? Is that my clothes? And Teruko's? MonoTV must have left these lying around in the dress-up room.
it seems that
If you heavily starch it with laundry starch and then tie it up with a rope, it makes a suitable weight. It's light and easy to toss around. What, so I just chucked it up there? Are you stupid? How could I have thrown it that high? And don't repeat the same stupid argument you've been spouting all this time. And say that I could have done it because I'm a jockey. Nothing about a jockey's skill set would suggest that I would have a good throwing arm. In fact, I don't. I'll go ahead and admit that I'm not capable of doing that. I can't even throw a baseball to save my own life. Okay, Leon. But there's other evidence to suggest that you did throw it up there. Some of the ceiling lights were broken, probably from your failed attempts. What do you have to say to that, Ace? Uh-oh. It is him, isn't it? How are you going to defend yourself?
Bullshit. It's all bullshit.
no, it isn't.
Complete bullshit! I mean, are you jackasses out of your mind? Do you even hear the diarrhea stream of shit coming out of your mouths? I mean, I could have performed this murder because I'm a jockey? Are you fucking stupid? Just because I'm somewhat athletic, it means no one else could have committed the murder? Did you try washing your vegetables before you eat them? Or did you all get a parasitic infection of brainworms over the past few days?
Ace!
I don't want to hear anything from you most of all, Eden. It's because of your whiny little crying spell that Teruko decided to come after me. All because she pities you. Eden, Nico, and Teruko are all just a suspect. So why am I being attacked? You're all always assuming the worst of me. How is that fair? Especially after I nearly got murdered myself. Now Nico is going to get off scot-free and I'm going to be punished? You're corrupt! All of you!
That's enough! Stop yelling! You're not helping your case!
Why? Why do I have to shut my trap, but everyone else can say whatever the hell they want? Am I not allowed to speak for myself? What kind of bullshit rape trial are you all running here? You don't have any real evidence to pinpoint me! Shut the fuck up! If I survive this trial, I will actually kill all you bastards for real!
Oh boy. It is him, it's Ace.
I didn't fucking kill her! You're so full of shit! Is there something wrong with your brain? You bastard!
I know.
I'm going to kill you!
He's too Leon coded to not be a
Why
killer.
don't you try accusing someone else?
He's very, like, he's just like,
You're
there's always
so
one
full
that's
of
very
shit.
similar to Leon. And he's that one.
You've always had it out for me!
It is him.
Is there something wrong with your brain? I'm going to kill you! How could I have thrown the rope that high? You have no proof I'm capable of making a throw like that!
Using a slingshot. Huh.
It ends here.
Ah!
Listen to me.
You say that there's no way you could have thrown the rope over one of the ceiling rafters. And perhaps that's true. The ceiling of the playground is so high that it would be quite difficult for anyone to throw the weight over the rafters. But if a feat of strength is too difficult for you, then it'd be downright impossible for Eden, our only other suspect. And there's one other way you could have gotten the rope up there. A method that only you could use. You and only you could have made a slingshot to launch the weight. Specifically, you made a slingshot out of this. Uh-oh. Huh? What's that?
I see.
That's a fitness stretch band. Certainly, you could wrap it around the bars in the playground to create a makeshift slingshot. Then you could have easily launched the weight. Oh no, Ace. Why, Ace? I was defending you. Ugh. A fitness stretch band. That kind of thing would be found at the gym, correct? Why would that point to him specifically? Haven't we went over this, Arturo? You're just... I've never seen any such thing in the gym. Normally, this piece of evidence wouldn't incriminate anyone in particular. However... What is this? A big rubber band? You really have never been to a gym before, have you? Oh, something like this is useful for physical therapy. Since I injured my shoulder, it might be helpful to me. What's that? You need this? I don't necessarily need it, but... Too bad. Mine now. I'm keeping it. Choke on your own spit and die. Oh, yeah, I forgot that did happen. Ace took it from the very start. For the simple, petty reason that he was trying to spite Levi. Ace is the only person who had that stretch band, so he's the only person who could have done it. Ace. Isn't that right? I can back that up as well, as I was there. Ace very clearly took it for himself.
Bullshit!
Piss off. You're lying to verify Teruko's made-up story. No, I wouldn't lie about
Ace.
this. Did you really only take that stretch band back then to anger me? No, he took it on purpose because he was planning to kill somebody.
Discuss this?
In other words, based on all the evidence we've collected so far, you're the only one who could have killed Array. You're one of the few people who could have rendered Array unconscious. You're one of the 2 people who could have taken tape from the gym for a murder the next morning. And you are the only person who could have used the stretch band. That certainly narrows it down to you. No! I refuse to believe it.
Son of a bitch!
Believe it. You're acting suspicious as hell anyway. Are we gonna vote now? If everyone is convinced, that means we vote. Shut your damn mouth. As if I'd listen to anything you'd say. If I used water jugs to weigh down a ray, where would I have stored them, huh? Still haven't answered that. Until you can explain that, I'm not convinced. There are still so many... Oof.
Do you even understand what this class trial is? Tell me, how do we decide who's the murderer?
What?
We determine who lives and who dies by a majority vote. In other words, the opinion of everyone who isn't you. Who cares where you stored the water jugs? There are so many places where you could have easily stored something that innocuous.
Oh
All
boy.
the other evidence points to you anyway, and everyone here is convinced of your guilt. The point of the trial is to determine who the killer is, not to determine every single little detail of what happened. It doesn't matter that you're not convinced. It's not going to help you nor change your fate. No matter how you feel or what you think, nothing will change.
Oof. Teruko, jeez.
The only thing that will save you is if everyone here believes that you're innocent. You think that your whining and screaming is going to change our minds? That if you call us all stupid and wrong, we're going to magically decide not to vote for you out of the goodwill of our hearts? If anything, you acting like this only makes you more suspicious. I've been fighting this entire trial to find the truth using real evidence. And when I make mistakes, I own up to them. What have you contributed? Show me some concrete proof of your innocence. Otherwise, shut up and stop wasting everyone's time.
Oh my god.
Are you silent now? What happened to all those things you were shouting earlier? Don't you have anything to say for yourself? Any evidence? Any deductions to show that you're innocent? Come on, Ace! Don't you want to live? Defend yourself!
Oh. Oh no.
God damn it. I'm such a piece of shit.
Ace?
Yeah, you're right. I'm screwed. There's no way I'm making it out of this trial alive. I just wanted to stall for time. I'm scared of dying. I really am.
Oh. And you. I give up. Now that I know I'm dead, there's no point in fighting. I don't even want to yell anymore. I'm freaking tired. Oh no, Ace, no, I feel kind of bad.
I killed R.A. That's exactly right.
Shit, it sounds really bad when I say it out loud.
How could you do that?
Why? Why did you kill her? Why would you do such a horrible thing? Did you kill Array because of MonoTV's motive? Because you wanted to keep your secret hidden? Hell no. I don't give a damn about that motive or my dumb little secret. You idiot. Do you know who do you think I am? That wasn't why I killed her.
I was scared of dying. That's all.
Well, what do you mean? I'm definitely gonna die in this killing game. If I don't escape. Everyone hates me, right? Because I'm a volatile asshole who can't help but pick fights and make people mad at me. Veronica was right. If pushed to kill, everyone would feel the least guilt if they killed me. They might even have some sort of grudge. I wouldn't be surprised. When Nico tried to kill me, it just confirmed it. There's a part of me that's a little pissed that Nico didn't succeed back then. Because that would have saved me the trouble of having to go through this stupid-ass farce.
Although I'd be real pissed if they did successfully kill me. I'm kinda pissed at Nico for trying to kill me either way.
But still, if I didn't kill someone and escape, then I was going to die. I'm fucking terrified of dying. I can't sleep at night because I keep thinking about how I'm going to die young in this goddamn killing game. I didn't want to die. I want to live, just like everyone else.
Oh. Live and escape this killing game and go back to my shitty life where I could do anything on my own because I can't control myself. To that life where I can't do anything but a sport that I hate because I suck at everything else. I was forced into that fate to kill someone because I'm scared. It was either that or I would be killed first. There were no other options for me because I'm a coward who can't fight my own fate.
That's so selfish. Even if you felt that way, you still killed Array. And you were willing to let the rest of us die for your own sake. Don't you feel bad?
You're so goddamn funny. Quit your job as a clockmaker and become a stand-up comedian. Do you think I give a crap about you all? Why would that matter to me? No one gives a crap about me either. None of you even respect me enough to think I was capable of killing Array. In fact, it made me feel way less guilty about killing.
So what? Get over yourself. Yeah, it sounds like your life sucks. Maybe you do have a right to feel that way. I admit, hearing you talk, all I can think is, I'm glad I'm not you. Maybe I was too harsh on you. Me and everyone else here. I don't think a single one of us stopped to think where the breaking point is. But murder is unacceptable, no matter what.
Yeah.
Your problems might be awful, and they might be the worst in the world, but they're still not so bad that killing 13 people is acceptable.
She's
You
not
can't
wrong.
be forgiven as a murderer just because your life sucks.
It's true.
I know that. I'm the one who murdered Ari, so of course I know that. Ari, she was a piece of shit too. Just like me. Even if she said all that nice bullshit to Eden, there was no guarantee she was really going to change and become a good person. Maybe if she lived, then by tomorrow, she'd be right back to her annoying bitchy self. But at least she was trying.
I can't even change one thing about myself. Not my awful job or my awful personality. My awful life.
I really am a piece of shit, huh?
Oof.
Oh my, how tragic.
That's...
How cruel.
Fuck you!
Damn it, if you all have nothing left to say, then just vote already. Put me out of my damn misery already, you bastards.
Voting time!
Are we ready to vote?
Before we do that, allow me to go over the case one more time, to confirm we all understand this murder. Why? Why do you have to remind me all the awful things I did? I already feel like crap. I don't want to think about what I've done. Not now, or ever. Oof. Sorry, but this has to be done. Confront the mistakes you've made, then accept death. That's the fate of everyone who chooses to participate in this killing game. Oof.
The culprit, Ace, decided to choose Are as his victim when he overheard Are comforting Eden. He was originally planning to kill Eden. However, when he learned that Are was strongly motivated to prove herself to Eden, he realized he would be able to take advantage of that. He forged a letter from Eden, asking Are to meet her at 7:30 a.m. in the playground, and slipped it under Are's door sometime during the evening. Before official nighttime started, he filled some jugs with water from the relaxation room's pond and stored them somewhere. During that night, he began preparing for his murder. Ace specifically chose a method of murder that resembled the way Nico tried to murder him a few days ago, so he could pin the blame on Nico. He began by setting up a mechanism for drop hanging in the playground. He wrapped high-friction tape around the bars of the carousel to give it more friction. He took the stretch band he had and tied it around the bars to create a makeshift slingshot. Then, he tied Are's rope, which he got from the storage, around a starched ball of old clothing and used his slingshot to launch it over one of the ceiling rafters. This took him a few tries, and he broke some of the lights in the process. He then tied one end of the rope to the carousel. Afterwards, he tied the other end of the rope into a noose after securing the water jugs through the rope. He tested this setup multiple times until he figured out the right length of rope to use. With this, his preparations were complete. Are arrived at the playground at 7:30 a.m. in the morning, expecting Eden. But instead, she was ambushed by Ace, who strangled her until she passed out. He taped her wrists together and put her in the noose. He tied the rope to the carousel again to reduce the length of the free rope. Then, he started to hoist her body up by rotating the carousel. Once Are reached the top, he released it. The rope unwinded quickly until it hit its end, which was shorter than it was before due to the knot that Ace tied. The jerking motion snapped Are's neck and killed her. However, the water jugs did not hold up and broke, splashing water and fish everywhere. Ace then cut her free and shoved the excess rope under the spinner. He climbed on top of the swing set and tied the other end of the noose there to make it seem like Are hung herself. He then removed the tape from her wrists, which left red marks. He tossed the fake note, tape, and broken water jugs into the trash. Finally, he left and went upstairs to meet everyone else in the movie screening room for the motive announcement.
Oh.
That sums up what you've done so far. Isn't that right, Ace Markey, the ultimate jockey?
Oh boy. Oh boy. Alrighty, so we are here for the very last part of chapter 2. So this is the very last that's out for Danganronpa Despair Time. I'm very excited. I don't know, like, listen, I didn't expect it to be Ace.
Seems like you're all in agreement. Are we all ready to vote? Please use your monopads to input who you think the killer is. As this trial comes to a conclusion, get ready to find out what the final verdict is. Will you make the right choice or the wrong one?
Or the wrong
I can't
one.
wait to find out. Let's vote.
Oh man. I didn't expect it to be Ace. I really didn't. Ace voted for Teruko.
The result is... Drumroll, please. Congratulations! You got it right. The blackened this time around is Ace Marquis, the ultimate jockey.
Wow!
Looks like we all got it right, even though I tried so hard to ruin everything. Good work, everyone. I'm proud of us.
How could you do that?
You really did kill Ray. Why her, of all people?
We really did end up having a second murder and trial after all, huh? To be honest, I really thought that no one would repeat what happened to Xander and Min. And yet, we're still doing it again. How ridiculous.
What do you have to say for yourself?
Nothing. I don't have any excuses for what I did. I killed her. And if you never forgive me for that, then there's nothing I can say. Sorry, I guess. It sounds stupid as hell for saying sorry. As if apologizing could change anything. I'm the kind of person you'd call irredeemable, right? Figures.
It's just too cruel. This all could have been prevented, couldn't it?
It's just misfortune. That's why Ace killed. That's all.
How could you say it's just misfortune? RA wasn't killed because of an accident. Bad luck or not, Ace had made up his mind to go through with this murder. So we can't possibly blame ourselves for failing to prevent something like that. Of course I know that. Ace planned to kill RA, and even before that, he was planning to kill me.
Then how can you forgive him?
I never said I forgave him. It's just that the Ace that I met the first time wasn't a murderer. I can't forgive him. He killed RA after all. She was innocent, and he killed for unfair reasons. But those unfair reasons were unfair to him as well.
So there have been a couple of times where they were like, it was mentioned that they knew some of them before. Like David had mentioned that he knew Xander before all this. And like, I think that they lost some of their memories, like a year, I think. But it seems like Eden knew Ace before them. But did Ace know Eden? That would seem a little bit weird that she would remember him, but he wouldn't remember her, right? I don't know. I guess the answers to those kind of questions won't come till the very end. That's gonna come in chapter 6. We won't get those answers now.
Right.
So much has happened that it feels like an eternity since this killing game started. When we first met Ace a week ago, he was the same person, certainly, but he was also different. He was happier, and he trusted people more. And he wasn't a murderer back then.
Oh, I thought she meant like before the killing game, like a year ago, you know? Maybe I'm incorrect.
Still, between now and then, he changed. He had to. Like adding stones on a pane of glass, one after another, until eventually, the glass cracks. The only thing anyone can do in this killing game is to shatter.
Are you saying that Ace was pressured to kill RA because of stuff like almost being killed?
You're wrong.
No. Ace was already planning to commit a murder even before Nico made that attempt. After all, everything that happened with Eden, RA, and Arturo had already taken place before Nico had even made a move. Nico's attempted murder isn't a cause. It's just a symptom of what this killing game has done to all of us. I still will trust Nico. Whatever. Whatever. I'm glad you're all having so much fun psychoanalyzing me. Did you all get the Veronica virus or what?
Shut up!
You're all wrong, so shut up. I bet you feel so pleased with yourself, acting like you understand me. Just shut the hell up. Do you want to know the real reason I did all the things I did? It's way simpler than whatever the hell Supermind game psyche crap you guys are proposing. I didn't want to die. That's all.
You piss me off!
So go shove that answer up your ass. Ace.
Asshole!
Don't you dare get on my case, you piece of garbage. Shut up for the rest of your life and die. Don't think that I forget about your secret, damn murderer.
Really now?
What, and you're not a murderer? It's really funny in hindsight how you acted all betrayed when you found out Levi was a murderer, as if you were unaware that you yourself had killed someone. I hope David lives this whole time. I hope David makes it to the end of this. I really do. Please, just do it for me. Even now, you still have it in you to throw stones in your glass house. Oh, you're so manipulative. Boo.
I knew that I wasn't allowed to call him a murderer. I had no right to act betrayed, because I was the one who betrayed everyone. But still
Why?
I don't care what it was! I don't care if it made me a hypocrite! Even if I was completely in the wrong! And even if it made my life worse! I just needed a reason to stay mad at you! Any reason at all, god damn it!
Why? Why do you have to force yourself to be angry at me? You just said you know that you're in the wrong, so why do you still do it? I don't understand. I can't understand you. No matter how hard I try.
Good! Stay that way! I hope you never understand me! Even after I'm buried 1 billion miles deep in the ground and you're weeping in my grave, you piece of shit!
Shut up.
Enough with that. You don't have a lot of time left. No, duh. I'm very aware of that. Of course I know I'm gonna die, so don't rub it in. I need you to do a favor for me right now. It might just save your life. What? What's she doing? What? The whole reason this killing game keeps going is because we're all forced to follow MonoTV's rules. After all, if we break them, we risk being punished, and none of us want to risk our lives. But you're about to die via execution. You have nothing to lose, right? What are you saying? I thought about it long and hard. About how to end the killing game. And I ended up waiting for another murder to happen, so that I could ask this of the Blackened. Someone who already is going to die should have no need to fear any more punishment for breaking the rules. You understand what I'm asking you to do, right, Ace? What's she asking him to do?
MonoTV for me.
Kill MonoTV?
Yay! More murder. Yeah, more murder. Wait, what? Wait 1 second.
What are you saying?
I can't do it.
Why?
Why? The most likely option that will come out of this is that you'll fail and be punished. But you're going to die of execution anyway. If there's a small chance, any chance at all, that doing this will end the killing game and allow us all to live, you included, why aren't you taking it? Why? Why can't you do it?
You tell me to do something crazy like it's nothing, but it's terrifying. I'm scared. I don't want to die. I can't do that.
If you can't do that, then tell me, why did R.A. have to die?
Oof.
It's because unlike R.A., you couldn't make amends with the people you made enemies out of. You were too scared to confront the people you hurt, say you're sorry, and promise to be a better person. So instead, you took out your own personal problems on other people by murdering someone who had nothing to do with you. R.A. died because you're a coward, Ace!
Oof.
I know that I'm a coward. But that doesn't mean you have to keep saying it!
Oh, he did it. He punched MonoTV. Wait, but wouldn't they just make another MonoTV? It's kind of like the Monokumas, right? There was always more. It's not just the one, like, right?
Shit.
Did that really work? But there's still a mastermind behind MonoTV, right? So MonoTV has said before, it was like, oh yeah, there's someone controlling me, but even I don't know all the details. I don't know who it is. It's just someone made me and they programmed me to not know anything other than the basics. So there is somebody. Possibly eat it. Wouldn't there just be more MonoTVs? Am I wrong? It's not responding. No way.
You really did it!
I did?
Finally, it's over!
A fatal error has been detected. Restarting systems immediately.
Huh?
Temporary error in running the installed MonoTV driver. Now loading the default XF Tur personality drivers. Uh-oh. Full restart scheduled in 1 hour. System will load in 3, 2, 1.
Greetings, everyone. My name is MonoTV.
Excuse me, but why do you sound like Teruko? Excuse me? Excuse me? Who are you? I like to do the robot voice, okay? It's more fun. What's going on?
The killing game procedure will proceed as planned.
No way. I don't get what's going on.
Your efforts to end the killing game are admirable. However, you seem to have a fundamental misunderstanding of how the killing game works. Even if this body is destroyed, I can continue to operate this killing game from this building's electronic systems. Perhaps you've mistakenly conflated me with a human and thought that I have a soul that is intrinsically connected to my body. But I am not a human. To destroy me is nothing more than a wasted effort on your part. I apologize for the misunderstanding.
Of course. It wouldn't be that easy. Sorry, Ace. Because you have broken one of the rules, punishment is in order.
Shit!
However,
I understand full well that Ace already has an execution waiting for him.
Uh-huh.
You've reasoned that someone already marked for execution should be able to break the rules with impunity, as they would have nothing to lose. Is that right? But there is no reason for me to punish Ace a second time. That would fail to serve my purpose. Is there a reason? Is there a reason? Doesn't it sound like Teruko? Is there a reason? Is there a reason? I'm just saying. Or is it just, you know, voice acting thing? What? Your purpose? Naturally.
to run this killing game until the death of every participant.
What? Whenever I make a decision, ultimately, I must make the choice that fulfills my purpose. After all, that's why I was created. So the whole point of the killing game, they don't want anyone to get out. They want to kill everybody. Huh. Interesting. For the sake of that goal, I have decided to make an exception with this special circumstance. I will pass the punishment for breaking the rules to the one who made that decision.
You don't mean...
To conclude, I will now proceed with the execution of Teruko Tawaki.
What? What? A large gun rose out of the floor and aimed at me.
10. 9.
Teruko, run!
8.
What?
Why are you just standing there? You've seen what MonoTV is capable of. That thing will surely kill you.
7.
Charles, stop talking and cover your eyes.
Teruko, hide somewhere!
No.
Oh no, what?
6.
No.
What are you doing? Why are you just standing there?
What's the point? I should have known this would happen.
5.
Even if I shield myself behind others, even if I search for an escape, It always comes down to this. I have to face the consequences of my actions. There's no escaping that.
4.
No, no,
What are
no.
you talking about? You're going to be killed!
Killed? I doubt it. As if something so kind could happen to me.
Is she, I wonder if she's thinking like, so she has like ultimate bad luck, right? So she's mentioned at the beginning of this chapter when she has all the scars on her back. She's like, everything bad happens to me. There's always bad things and they always happen to me. I wonder if she's like relying on that to keep her alive. I don't know what's happening.
3.
I won't die. Even if MonoTV puts 100 bullets in my body, I'll only be badly injured. Possibly lose a body part. Maybe I'll even end up in a coma for months.
2.
But I won't die.
Huh.
I never will.
So can I bring out a crazy theory? So I haven't stopped thinking because I rewatched chapter 2 before doing these reactions because I forgot everything. There was this one point where they were talking about the tragedy. So like the tragedy in these games is always like what Junko did with the Trigger Happy Havoc, okay? So that's like there's always like the tragedy, okay? And the ultimate despairs and whatnot. And Teruko started talking about the first Killing Game and previous Killing Games, and I think she was talking to Veronica, and Veronica was like, what are you talking about? Like, they didn't know that there had been a Killing Game. So, like, the original first tragedy happened a century ago here. So I can't help but wonder if Teruko, listen, this might sound nuts. What if Teruko is like immortal or something and she has been alive this whole time, and the reason why she knows about the previous Killing Games is because she saw it, she lived through it, she was part of them. I don't know the details, but I can't help but feel like her being like, I will never die, and her knowing all of this stuff about previous Killing Games and the tragedy, I can't help but be like, maybe she's like secretly she's somebody that we know. I can't help but like, maybe she's a character we already know. Maybe she's been alive this entire time. She's never died. I really don't know, but like that's like, I feel like that's a theory of mine that's kind of crazy, but like also kind of could be. I guess, we have to wait until the end and we'll have to wait and see, but I'm going to keep playing. But I just had to go off on this tangent and be like, that's my theory, right now. I think she knows a lot because she knows about the other Killing Games that the others, like, because Veronica was talking about how they learned about the tragedy in history class, okay? But she never heard of them doing Killing Games before. But Teruko knows that Killing Games have been done before. So there's something there. There's something there. I don't know what it is yet, but it's something. I believe it. Okay, let's go.
There's nothing I can do but accept my fate. It's what I deserve, after all.
1.
Teruko, run, please!
Don't worry, everyone. I'll show you all what it means to be the ultimate lucky student.
0.
I was perfectly willing to get shot. I thought I didn't have to care about what happened to other people, and especially about not what happened to me. I thought that if I lived alone and died alone, nothing would stain my conscience, even if that was a selfish way to live. But even so... No! Levi... Oh my god! What did he do? I had a feeling someone jumped in. I had a feeling when she started talking like that, I had a feeling someone jumped in front. Levi, what are you doing? Huh? All of a sudden, he leaped in the way. Why would he do that? I know we spent that whole section of the trial being like, oh, he has no empathy for other people. He doesn't care about other people. He just does what he thinks he has to do as someone who pretends to, you know, be a human. Like he's just doing what he thinks he has to do. Like, is that what's happening here? Like he thinks he has to jump in front of and die for Teruko? I'm so confused. What's happening? Levi. My apologies, everyone. That was not my intended target. Levi, holy shit. Oh crap. The smell of blood is really strong. I thought I told him not to look, but he's still... Oh, please stop it. Don't worry. I shut off the gun as soon as I detected that Levi was in the way. His injuries are not fatal. So he's gonna live? What's he doing? Those warning shots will suffice as punishment to you all for breaking the rules in any case. There is no need to continue. Not fatal? Is he alive? He's barely breathing. He's not going to be alive for much longer. Oh, if Levi dies because of this, I'm sure I'll miss him, but oh, this is quite a way to go. I can't say I wasn't entertained. She's nuts. Could live, theoretically, but only if he gets immediate medical attention. Everyone, we have to take him to the infirmary, now. They won't be able to leave because Ace hasn't been executed yet. Huh? The elevator won't open.
Please, MonoTV, please, open the elevator. We need to help Levi.
I'm afraid I can't do that yet. They have to do Ace first.
Why?
Everyone may only leave the trial grounds once the trial has fully concluded. That includes the execution of the Blackened. Until the Blackened is executed, you cannot leave.
What the hell?
There's no way Levi will survive.
You said he'll survive if he gets immediate medical treatment!
But we're trapped in this trial room!
Arturo, you have to save him! God damn it! If I get executed, then you all can leave and take him to the infirmary, right?
Oh, correct.
So... Oh, fucking hell! I don't want to die! Execute me right now! You hear me, MonoTV? Because Levi is going to fucking die, and I'm going to have a third goddamn death on my hands!
Even then, there's no guarantee that you'll live.
Shut up! What the hell are you talking about? Aren't you a surgeon? Can't you fix him?
I'm not that kind of surgeon. I've told you over and over. I have no experience with saving lives. Something like this? There's no way I can do it.
Shut up! Shut up, Arturo! You can save his life. Shut the fuck up. Stop saying you can't do it because you can! Don't you understand? I'm going to die right now, and you're going to live! So decide whether you want to at least try to put in some fucking effort for once, or keep making excuses for yourself like a sniveling coward for the rest of your life. I don't even get to make that decision anymore! Stop complaining, you whiny little shit! Grow some fucking balls and save someone's goddamn life, asshole! Because you can!
Wow.
MonoTV,
Will Arturo turn it around?
Get it over with quickly.
And save him?
Please.
Understood. Commencing Ace Marquis' execution at once.
I'm gonna fucking die. I knew this was going to happen all along. I had no chance of surviving this killing game. Even so. I'm so scared. I'm so scared of dying.
I feel kind of bad.
I wanna die.
Doesn't excuse what he did.
Begin.
But I do kind of feel bad. Like, it doesn't excuse him killing RA, but I do feel a little bad. Oh gosh. Thanatophobia? What is that? What is thanatophobia? I have to look that up after. Is it like fear of... Death by fire. Death by car accident. Death by falling. Death by murder. Death by drowning. Is it fear of death? Death by lightning. Oh my god, they're making him experience all of these deaths after he's so afraid to die. That is cruel beyond belief. Oh my god. They're just making him experience all of these deaths. Fear-induced cardiac arrest. Oh my god. So he's so afraid of death that they made him experience all of these possible ways he could die, to the point where he was so scared that he had a heart attack and died. That is crazy. That is so... That's cruel. That's a cruel execution. I don't know why. I feel like this one is very cruel. I don't know. Something about it really... Oh boy. That is cruel. Execution complete. Oh, incredible. The elevator is open. Everyone, we have to carry Levi to the infirmary. Help us out. Is he really going to live? Stop questioning things and just help. We really gotta go. Come on. Teruko, come here. Teruko, we have to leave. Go on without me. Huh? I let the elevator doors close between us. Silence. Everyone was gone. The trial room was empty. Once again, I was all alone. Is something the matter, Teruko? Everyone else has already left. I yelled at Ace for being a coward. I told him that he suffered because he pushed everyone away, and that he would die because he couldn't say sorry to anyone. But how could I blame him for that when I'm no different? I'm a hypocrite. I'm the same as Ace or RA, and now they're both dead. You should leave these trial grounds as well and return back to your living quarters. Can I stay here? For a little bit? Very well, but I'll shut off the main power in this room soon. You should think about heading back.
MonoTV. You're incredibly cruel.
Oh, yeah.
I don't quite understand what you mean.
Oh yeah.
You knew exactly what you were doing. Why did you push for Min to be executed so quickly, but stalled for so long to execute Ace?
Huh.
You wanted Min to suffer, knowing that she didn't have the time to say all the things she wanted to say.
Oof.
You wanted Ace to suffer, knowing that the longer he lived, the less chance Levi had to survive. No. More than that, you wanted all of us to suffer.
I see. That is what you mean. My apologies. I have no choice but to be cruel. This so-called TV show is more about appearances than you think, so I must convince everyone that I'm the villain.
That is my secondary purpose after ensuring the death of every participant. What a nice excuse. Even so, you're so cruel. Crueler than me, crueler than anyone. who tried to commit murder. Perhaps you think that, and perhaps you are right. But I have no choice in the matter. I have no conscience, no sense of morality, no will at all. I am merely a robot, subject to the laws of my code. I have no choice but to perform the actions that my creator dictated I must. Even if I feel pain or guilt, I cannot stop. That is the fate that I have, to make others suffer, and there is no diverging from that fate.
Fate? Can you really say it's fate's fault for everything you've done, and pretend that you hold no blame in the matter? I have always said that my misfortune, my personality, the choices I make, everything was all a product of a bad luck that I can't control. That I grew up in such terrible circumstances, so I was destined to grow up to be a terrible person. That everyone else abandoned me, so it's not my fault that I'm alone. I want to say that it's fate's fault, and that I had no choice in the matter, but even so, everyone, Xander, Min, Ari, Ace, maybe even Levi, is it my fault that they died?
Why would
I cannot answer that question for you. All the decisions I make were already decided by whatever entity created me, because I am a robot. You're human, unlike me. You have to decide the answer for yourself.
Oof. Man, whether it was the fault of fate or my fault, I already knew the answer. I had known what the answer was since a long, long time ago.
I'll be shutting off the power in this room now, but I'll leave the elevator open for you. You should leave soon.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wow. Wow, it's so good. It's so good. I want more. I want there to be chapter 3 already, but that was crazy. There was so much I didn't expect any of that to happen. Like what? Anyway, thank you all so much for watching this with me. I had so much fun. This series is amazing. Again, if you want to go, I think you should all go if you're not already. I'm sure you all are, but if you are not, check out the channel Danganronpa's Despair Time. Subscribe, watch their stuff. I do believe that like they have a lot of extra stuff on their channel as well that you can watch and that I recommend you go watching. I think there was like a music video that had come out like recently as of the time of filming this. So I'm going to watch that later, but yeah, definitely go check it out. The link is always in the description. And yeah, thank you so much for watching with me and I will see you next time. Bye bye.